Next up is our discount details. And this report will give us a list of all of our discount details. We do have the option to filter by discount. We can also filter by date range, all or a specific range. You can manually input your start and end dates. And there's also this button here that says presets that will allow you to select the range in a predefined manner. Today, yesterday, this week, last week, this month, last month, this quarter, last quarter, this year, or last year. You also have checkboxes that'll allow you to show your stackable discounts, require loyalty discounts, triggerable items, and show the schedules. If we go to generate this report, we will see a number of discounts here. It's going to give us our name, our amount, the date range that discount was in use, discount quantity, discount trigger quantity, and discount receipt text. It's also going to list which UPCs, item names, price book zone, original price, and new price. Our next report is going to be the employee report. This is another one that by default, you don't have to actually put anything in. It's going to give you a list of all your employees. You do have the ability to search, and you do have the ability to filter by employee type, all, active, or former. You also have the ability to show notes. If you click that button after it's been generated, you do need to regenerate the report. And now you'll notice that we have a notes section over here. On top of all the other information like the employee number, the name, phone number, emergency contact, emergency phone, hire date, and date of birth. Our next report is going to be the gift card list. This report will give you a list of all the gift cards in the system. You can search by gift card number. You can also utilize a balance filter. You can look at all gift cards, cards with a zero balance, cards with any balance, or gift cards with a balance greater than X. If you select that option, you now have an input box to put in the amount that you wish to see gift cards with a greater balance then. We're strictly going to leave it at all gift cards. And here we will see the gift cards in our system. We have a gift card number, customer name, created by employee, created store, balance, active or not, created date, last activity location, and last change amount. Our next report is going to be our house accounts list. And this report is going to show us all of our house accounts. We can filter by our time or between dates. We have our start and end date, as well as our presets. We have a gender filter, all, male or female. Price filter, all balances, greater than or less than. And if we go and generate this report, you will see the 4 test house accounts that we have set up in this system. You have a company, contact, address, phone number, as well as their current balance. Our next report is going to be our inactive items wizard. This is a report that is going to show us all of our inactive items. We do have our filter, custom. We'll take a quick look again. The vast majority of these custom filters are going to be very, very similar layout wise. You may have different tabs up here depending on what the report is for. However, the layout and the way you manage the filter is going to be very similar throughout all of the custom filters. We're not going to apply any filters at this time, so we're going to back out of here. Again, we have our start and end date along with our presets. If we go and generate this report, you'll see we have a couple inactive items here: UPC, description, from value, to value, the change date, and the user or employee who changed it. Our next report is going to be the items without vendor parts. This is another one where we don't really have any input whatsoever. It strictly gives you a list of any items in the system that currently do not have any vendor parts associated with them. It's broken down by department, name, and UPC. Next report is the login permission report. This report is going to show you the permissions for each of your users or employees. We have our user or employee. We have all roles or price book. In this case, any other roles that you have set up would show up here as well. If we go ahead and generate this report, as you can see, once this report is pulled up, we have our users and our permissions. These particular users have all permissions. Pretty straightforward. This next user has some particular options that they don't have access to. For example, our lottery recon setting, they have the ability to view, edit, create, but not delete. For the setting option, they have view, edit, but not create. And if we go down here to the failed scan, they only have the option to view and delete. Our next report is the lottery starting change report. Here, you only have the option for a start and end date. You can also utilize your presets. Now, when we generate this report, you will see that we have our store, our date, and the cashier who started the lottery for the day. Our next report is the negative check report. This report gives us one option, the accept filter. We have all, only not accepted, or only accepted. If we generate this report, we have our list here. Our key, we designed that generally to use the driver's license number, but you can use any unique identifier of your choosing. Our customer, phone number, whether they are accepting checks from them or not, and any notes you may have put down for the customer. Our next report is going to be our open reconciliations report. And with this report, it's going to let us know about our daily or shift reconciliations that may still be open. We can utilize our filter by our date range of all or our specific range. You can manually input or use your presets as always. And when we generate this report, you will see that we have a number of open daily reconciliations for this store. On these dates, lists our register number and our register Z number. Our next report is our POS flag report. There is nothing to input on this report. It's strictly a list of the name of your POS flags, whether or not there is an age restriction on those flags. If there is an age restriction, what is the restriction? And what tax group is associated with that flag? Our next report is our product list. This one has quite a few options for it. We have our filter. As always, the custom filter changes depending on the report being run, but the way the filter works is the same. We can select our price book zone. We can show parts from any vendor or a specific vendor. We can have a discount eligibility, any, is it eligible or non-eligible. Date range type of all products, products made between a date range, or products made in the last X days. We also have a checkbox to prompt to sell parent as a child. And if we go ahead and generate this report, we will see a list of our products. In this particular case, we ran it open, so this should be a list of all of our products. You'll see we have our price type, our name, our UPC, cost, price, margin, vendor part, department, major category, category, and manufacturer. If we scroll over, we also have our POS flag.